Hi everyone, welcome back to English Mini Talks. It feels really good to be here today.
Hello, everybody. We are so happy to see you again.
And if this is the very first video you're watching on this channel, welcome. This is a place where we have real English conversations about everyday topics.
Exactly. We're here consistently, and we try to bring you something new and interesting every single day.
So please make sure you subscribe to the channel.
And don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets us know you want to see more of this.
Today we're going to talk about something very important and very practical.
Yes, we are. Today, we're talking about money, budgets, and spending habits. This is such an important topic.
It really is. Everyone needs to talk about money sometimes, right? Whether it's with your family, your friends, or at the bank.
Exactly. And money conversations can be difficult, especially in English. But we're going to make it easy for you.
So let's start with a simple question, Sarah. Do you have a monthly budget?
Yes, I do. I try to follow a budget every month. It helps me control my spending. What about you, Mike?
I have a budget too. Well, I try to have a budget. Sometimes I follow it. Sometimes I don't.
I understand. Budgets are not always easy to follow. So let's talk about income first. That's the money you receive. Mike, how often do you get paid?
I get paid once a month. My salary goes into my bank account on the last Friday of every month. It's a good feeling when payday arrives.
Oh, I bet. I get paid twice a month. I receive my paycheck every 2 weeks. So I get money more often, but smaller amounts each time.
That's interesting. Some people prefer that. It helps them manage their money better. So after you get paid, what do you do first?
The first thing I do is pay my rent. Rent is my biggest expense. It's the most expensive thing I pay for every month. I pay it immediately so I don't forget.
That's smart. Rent is my biggest expense too. I pay about 40% of my salary just for rent. It's a lot of money.
40%? That is a lot. I pay about 35% of my income for rent. Housing is so expensive these days.
It really is. After rent, what other bills do you pay?
Well, I have my electricity bill and my water bill. Those are my utilities. I pay them at the beginning of the month, too. They're usually around $80 or $90 total.
That's not too bad. My electricity bill is higher in the summer because I use the air conditioner a lot. Sometimes it's $120.
Oh, I understand. Air conditioning uses a lot of electricity. Do you have other regular bills?
Yes, I have my phone bill. That's about $50 every month. And I have internet at home. That's another $60.
Same for me. My phone bill is $45 and my internet is $55. These bills never change. They're the same every month, so they're easy to plan for.
Right. Those are called fixed expenses. The amount stays the same. But we also have variable expenses. Those change every month.
Yes, exactly. Like groceries, that's a variable expense. Some months I spend more on food, some months I spend less. How much do you usually spend on groceries, Mike?
I usually spend about $300 a month on groceries. I go to the supermarket once a week and I spend about $70 or $75 each time.
That's similar to me. I spend around $250 to $300 on groceries. I try to buy healthy food, but healthy food can be expensive.
It can be. Fresh vegetables and fruit cost a lot. Sometimes I buy frozen vegetables because they're cheaper.
That's a good idea. I do that too. Now, let's talk about eating out. Do you eat at restaurants often?
I try not to eat out too much because it's expensive, but sometimes on Friday or Saturday night, I go to a restaurant with friends, maybe twice a month. Each time I spend about $40 or $50.
So that's about $80 to $100 a month for restaurants. That's reasonable. I eat out more often than you, maybe 3 or 4 times a month. That's probably $150.
That's still okay. Eating out is fun. It's a small luxury. What about coffee? Do you buy coffee outside?
Oh, yes, I buy coffee almost every day. There's a coffee shop near my office. I stop there every morning before work. One coffee costs about $4.
Every day? So that's $4 times 5 days a week. That's $20 a week.
Yes, and that's about $80 a month just for coffee. That's a lot, I know, but I love my morning coffee.
I understand. For me, coffee is my weakness too, but I make coffee at home to save money. If I buy a coffee every day for a month, that's $80. But if I make it at home, it costs maybe $15 for the whole month.
You're right. That's much cheaper. I should do that. But the coffee shop is so convenient, and I like the atmosphere.
Sometimes convenience costs money. That's okay. Everyone has different priorities. Now, let's talk about transportation. How do you get to work?
I take the subway. I buy a monthly pass. It costs $90. With the monthly pass, I can take unlimited rides all month. It's a good deal.
That is a good deal. I have a car, so my transportation costs are higher. I pay for gas, insurance, and parking. So
How much do you spend on gas every month?
I spend about $150 on gas, and my car insurance is $100 every month. Parking at my office is $80. So total, that's $330 for transportation.
Wow, that's much more expensive than the subway. But having a car is very convenient.
It is. I can go anywhere I want. I don't have to wait for a bus or a train. But you're right, it costs a lot more money.
Do you have any debt, like credit card debt or a student loan?
Yes, I have a student loan. I'm still paying for my university education. Every month, I pay $200 toward my student loan.
That's a big payment. How much longer will you pay?
I have about 5 more years. It's a long time, but I'm making progress. What about you? Do you have any loans?
I don't have a student loan, but I have a credit card. Sometimes I use my credit card for big purchases, then I pay it off slowly. Right now, I owe about $800 on my credit card.
Do you pay interest on that?
Yes, unfortunately. The interest rate is about 18% per year. It's very high. So every month, I try to pay more than the minimum payment. This month, I'm paying $150 toward my credit card debt.
That's smart. If you only pay the minimum, the debt takes forever to disappear. Credit card interest is terrible.
It really is. I'm trying to avoid using my credit card now. I'm trying to pay with cash or my debit card instead. It helps me spend less.
That's a great strategy. Now, let's talk about savings. Do you save money every month?
I try to save money, but it's not always easy. My goal is to save 10% of my income. So if I earn $3,000, I want to save $300.
That's a good goal. Do you reach it every month?
Not every month. Some months I save $300. Some months I only save $100 or $150. It depends on my other expenses.
I'm the same way. I try to save $400 every month, but sometimes unexpected expenses appear. Last month, my car needed a repair. That cost me $500, so I couldn't save anything that month.
Oh no, that's frustrating. Unexpected expenses are the worst. That's why it's important to have an emergency fund.
What's an emergency fund?
An emergency fund is money you save for emergencies, like if your car breaks, or you get sick, or you lose your job. Financial experts say you should save enough money to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses.
3 to 6 months? That's a lot of money. If my monthly expenses are $2,500, then I need to save $7,500 to $15,000 for emergencies?
Yes, exactly. I know it sounds like a lot. I'm still working on building my emergency fund. Right now, I have about $2,000 saved.
That's good progress. I only have about $1,000 in my emergency fund. I need to save more.
We're both working on it. Saving money is a process, it takes time. Now, let's talk about fun expenses. Do you have any subscriptions like Netflix or Spotify?
Yes, I have 3 subscriptions. I have Netflix for $15 a month, Spotify for $10 a month, and a gym membership for $40 a month. So that's $65 total.
I have subscriptions too. I have Netflix and I have a subscription to a meditation app. That's $20 together. I don't have a gym membership because I exercise at home.
That saves you money. Do you spend money on hobbies?
Yes, I love reading. I buy about 2 or 3 books every month. That's usually around $40 to $60. What about you?
I spend money on video games, maybe $50 or $60 every month. It's my entertainment. I play games after work to relax.
That's nice. Everyone needs something fun. Entertainment is important for happiness. Now, do you give money to charity or donate to causes you believe in?
Sometimes, yeah. I try to donate about $25 every month to a children's charity. It's not a lot, but it feels good to help.
That's wonderful. I donate to an animal shelter, about $20 a month. It's a small amount, but every little bit helps.
Absolutely. So, Sarah, when we add up all your expenses, how much do you spend every month?
Let me think. Rent is about $1,050. Utilities are $90. Phone and internet are $100. Groceries are $300. Restaurants are $150. Coffee is $80. Subway pass is $90. Credit card payment is $150. Subscriptions are $20. Books are $50. And donations are $20. That's about $2,100 total.
And you try to save $300, so your monthly budget is about $2,400. What's your income?
My income is around $3,000 a month after taxes. So, after expenses and savings, I have about $600 left over.
That's pretty good. You have some breathing room. What do you do with that extra $600?
Sometimes I save it. Sometimes I use it for fun things like concerts or trips. Or sometimes I buy clothes or gifts for my family.
That makes sense. My situation is similar. My expenses are about $2,800, and I try to save $400. My income is about $3,500 after taxes, so I have about $300 left over each month.
It sounds like we both have healthy budgets. We're not spending more than we earn. That's the most important rule with money.
Exactly. Don't spend more than you make. If you do that, you go into debt, and debt is stressful.
Very stressful. So, what are some good tips for managing money? What advice can we give our viewers?
Well, first, track your spending. Write down everything you spend for 1 month. This helps you see where your money goes.
That's excellent advice. Many people don't know how much they spend. When you track it, you can find ways to save. For example, maybe you're spending $200 a month on takeout food and you didn't realize it.
Right. Second tip, make a budget. List all your income and all your expenses. Make sure your expenses are less than your income.
Yes. And third tip, pay yourself first. That means save money before you spend on other things. When you get paid, immediately put money into your savings account.
That's a great tip. If you save first, you won't be tempted to spend that money. Fourth tip, avoid unnecessary debt. Don't buy things with a credit card if you can't pay it off quickly.
Very important. Credit card interest is expensive. Fifth tip, build an emergency fund. Start small. Even $500 can help in an emergency.
Absolutely. And tip number 6, look for ways to reduce expenses. Can you cook at home more? Can you cancel subscriptions you don't use? Small changes add up.
They really do. If you save $10 a week, that's $40 a month and $480 a year. That's a lot of money.
It is. Okay, now let's talk about some important vocabulary we use today. Sarah, should we review some key words about money?
Yes, let's do that. We used so many useful words. It's good to practice them. Which word should we start with?
Let's start with budget. This is a very important word. Sarah, what does budget mean?
A budget is a plan for your money. It shows how much money you have and how much you will spend. For example, I made a budget for this month, or I need to stick to my budget.
Perfect. So a budget helps you control your money. It's like a map for your finances. Next word, expenses. What are expenses?
Expenses are things you spend money on. They are your costs. For example, rent is an expense. Food is an expense. Gas is an expense. You can say, my expenses are very high this month.
Good. And we talked about 2 types of expenses, fixed expenses and variable expenses. Fixed expenses stay the same every month, like rent. Variable expenses change, like groceries.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the word income. Like, what is income?
Income is the money you receive. It's usually money from your job, your salary, but it can also be money from other sources. For example, my monthly income is $3,000, or I need to increase my income.
Great explanation. Income is money coming in. Expenses are money going out. If your income is bigger than your expenses, you can save money.
Next word, debt. This is an important word, but not always a happy word. What is debt?
Debt is money you owe. It's money you borrowed and need to pay back. For example, if you have a credit card and you owe $500, that's debt. Or if you have a student loan, that's debt. You can say, I have $10,000 in debt, or I'm trying to pay off my debt.
Good. Debt is not always bad. A student loan can help you get an education. A mortgage helps you buy a house. But too much debt is stressful.
That's true. Okay, let's do one more word. How about afford? This is a very useful verb.
Ah, yes. To afford means to have enough money to buy something. For example, I can't afford a new car right now. Or, can you afford to go on vacation this year?
Exactly. If you can afford something, you have enough money. If you can't afford it, it's too expensive for you. This word is very common in money conversations.
So let's summarize. Budget, your plan for money. Expenses, things you spend money on. Income, money you receive. Savings, money you keep for later. Debt, money you owe. And afford, to have enough money for something.
Perfect summary. These 6 words will help you talk about money in English. Now, can you make one sentence using 3 of these words?
Let me try. My income is good, but my expenses are high, so I can't afford to save much money right now.
Excellent sentence. You used income, expenses, and afford. Very natural. I hope our viewers can try this too. Make a sentence using these words.
Yes, please, practice. You can write a sentence in the comments. It's great practice for your English.
Well, Mike, we covered a lot today. We talked about so many aspects of budgeting and money management in English.
We really did. This was a long conversation, but I think it was very practical. Let's summarize what we learned today.
Yes, let's review for our viewers. Today, we practiced how to talk about money, budgets, and spending habits in English. This is an essential conversation skill.
We started by talking about income. We used phrases like, I get paid once a month, or my salary is. These phrases help you talk about the money you earn.
Then we discussed expenses. We talked about fixed expenses like rent, utilities, and subscriptions. We also talked about variable expenses like groceries and entertainment.
We learned how to say how much things cost. For example, my rent is $1,000, or I spend about $300 on groceries. These are very practical phrases.
We also talked about saving money and building an emergency fund. We discussed tips for managing your budget better.
And we reviewed important vocabulary: budget, expenses, income, savings, debt, and afford. These words are essential for any conversation about money.
That's right. So, for all of you watching, you now have the tools to talk about your finances in English. You can discuss your budget with a roommate, talk about expenses with your family, or have a conversation at the bank.
This is such a useful skill. Money is a part of everyday life. Being able to talk about it clearly in English is very important.
Absolutely. And now it's time for our favorite part of the video, the part where we hear from you.
Yes, we have a question of the day for you. Today's question is, what is your biggest expense every month?
That's a great question. So tell us, what do you spend the most money on? Is it rent? Is it food? Transportation? Student loans? Something else?
Everyone's situation is different. Please share with us in the comments. You can write something like, my biggest expense is rent. It costs $800 a month. Or, my biggest expense is my car payment. I pay $350 every month.
Any answer is fine.
We want to hear about your life and your budget. And remember, when you write in the comments, you're practicing your English. This is a safe, friendly place to practice.
Exactly. Don't worry about mistakes. Just try. And please use some of the vocabulary we learned today. Try to use words like expenses, budget, or afford in your comment.
We read so many of your comments. We love hearing from you and learning about your lives. It helps us understand what topics you want to learn about.
It truly does. And if you see another person's comment, feel free to respond. You can say, "That's similar to me," or "That's interesting." It's a great way to practice conversation.
We're so grateful to have this community of English learners. You are all working so hard to improve your English. That's wonderful.
Learning a language takes time and effort, but with consistent practice every day, you will get better and better. Just keep going.
So please keep practicing. Try to have a conversation about money in English this week. Talk to a friend, a family member, or even practice alone in front of a mirror.
And remember to like this video if it was helpful. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our next conversation. Okay, everyone, that's all for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Thank you for learning and practicing with us.
You are all doing an amazing job. Keep up the great work. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Keep learning and keep practicing.
Goodbye. See you soon.